opinion is your opinion. But at the same time, some people have opinions that most people don't agree with, particularly some nameable historical figures had very strong opinions about certain things, but most people don't agree.
See, already though, I know what you're referring to, and that is fire content.
Get wild if you're not in the mood right now, and don't kill my fire.
Welcome back to the vlog. A little bit different, I know. So it's currently 12:25. It's Tuesday, and all I've done so far is edit all day. And we're trying to come up with ideas that don't make the vlog boring. So rather than just show you again another day of us editing, and I'm on my own today, Rob's not in, I thought, I know, I'll go live on social media. Let's see who's out and about. Let's see who wants to chat for a bit. But it's telling me I've got 45 followers are currently active right now on Instagram. So we might get one join in. But I'm also gonna eat as well. I've got like my peri peri chicken salad thing. This could either go very, very well or very, very not well. I'm gonna record my screen, so that'll probably like pop up here. Hello, how we doing? How we doing Instagram? I'm just vlogging over there. And the vlog is basically gonna be me just going live on different social media platforms and seeing what happens. So anyone got any questions? Anyone? I'm eating. If that puts people off watching, sorry. But I'm starving, I'm hungry. I've got peri peri chicken pasta salad, and it's 373 calories if anyone wants to know. But it's nice, and then I get like one of these as well. So yeah, you're live, you're Instagram, you're the vlog, we're both filming, we're all filming, and I'm hoping people just want to have like a chat and stuff like that. Where did you get your food from and what is it? I just said peri peri chicken salad, and it's Boots Meal Deal, because Boots Meal Deal is just, it's amazing, isn't it? Do you know I can hear loads of people? So there's a boardroom just over from us in the corridor, and they use it for loads of like different training things. So there's different people in there all the time, different businesses running training programs, seminars, whatever it is. It's quite full today. There's a lot more noise. Usually it's really quiet up here. But start banging some questions down and give me something to talk about while I'm going to do this for like maybe an hour or whatever, and then that's the vlog ticked off. Dinner will be ticked off, and I can get back to editing my video. I'm editing today a load of videos, if this is interesting for either of you, any of you. Router Lender. So, Router is a powerlifting world champion. Incredible. Her story's amazing. And her business, she goes into businesses and teaches businesses how to teach their employees and build like an ethos of health, physical and mental well-being. Using nutrition and exercise and things like that. It's really, really cool, and we filmed like I asked Router loads of questions and stuff, and we filmed loads of content in one day. And I've just got like, honestly, we must have filmed for like, maybe about 30 minutes or so, and we've ended up with about 20 videos. Like, it's mad. It's really, really cool. Loads of like different bits of videos as well, like practical advice, all sorts of stuff. She's also got her own protein, coconut protein powder. Oh, it's lovely, it's nice. Fancy dropping me a coffee off? Oh, you're in Donny, are you? Whereabouts? What are you doing in Doncaster? You see, I'm hungry, I'm like... Router does brilliant work. Highly recommend her services to businesses. That's correct, AJ. She does. I love working with Router as well, because as well it's cool. Like, I'll talk to her. I go to gym a couple of times a week, but as I've said from the beginning, I'm a normal person that just happens to go to the gym a couple of times a week to kind of like tick off. I'm not trying to look like The Rock or all like that. But obviously, like, Router is a legit, like, wins championships and all sorts of stuff in powerlifting and that. So we went to film her and record her training, and I was just like, what am I even doing? Why do I even bother? She's incredible. Did you sort your monitor out? So people might have seen you listening in the vlog as well. My monitor started flashing and stuff. I don't know whether it was just a dodgy wire, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think this monitor is on its way out, but fingers crossed right now, it's done alright since. Like, I played a bit of PlayStation on it, Corbin's played on it a lot as well, because I take my monitor home sometimes so that he can play on that, because obviously Blake runs all the other 90, 100 million, is that even a number? All the other TVs in the house, Blake says what goes on them, and what she says goes, because she's 3. So I take this home sometimes so Corbin will play at PlayStation. He's played on it, so that's like heavy graphic stuff, and it were alright. I've been doing editing on it for a couple of days now, and it's been alright since. What are you doing, Jordan? Jordan, everybody knows that Jordan obviously started that agency call with us. He was here in the beginning. What are you doing, Jordan? People might want to know. He's on Instagram Live now, vlog. Look, oh, in fact, I'll have the screen up here, I think. I've left some space for the screen to go up. So yeah, all you lot in Instagram, by the way, whatever you say will be in the vlog as well. If all this works out. Right by the Rovers ground, just working, but I'm about done for the day. What are you working on? Come on, give us some more information. That's a bit, whereabouts near the Rovers ground? Are you at Lakeside? Are you in one of the posh buildings? You both at networking this evening? No, I've seen that Ruta is at networking this evening, I believe. I'm sure she posted that on social media or commented. But I won't be. I'm not sure actually whether... I don't know if Blake's got rugby training or not. Because I don't know whether it's the last session or whatever, because it's they break up for a couple of months over the winter and stuff. So I don't know whether she's training tonight or not. But if she is, as much as I love networking and I rate networking and I'd like to go to networking, I like Blake going to play rugby more, I'm afraid. I'm pretty sure like we might have had to book onto tonight's one as well. And I think Rob might have booked me on. But, I don't know. Are you going though? You should go networking, you love it. You vlog it for me and I'll use it for the vlog. Oh, like honestly, if you want to like vlog and stuff and get on our vlog, just send me the clips and I'll just put it on. Because what's happening right now is, as everybody knows, Rob is about to have like baby number 2. I mean, not Rob, Jody's about to have the baby, but it affects Rob too. And they're about to have baby number 2 like any time now. So what we're trying to do is, we've got so much editing to do. So the vlog's kind of been all over the place with introducing new things. Like you'll have seen what's going out tonight, I think, was Rob yesterday opening his Sidemen side cards and stuff. And it's like we're just randomly putting different things in. We've shared some of our portfolio. I'm going to be probably sharing some of the Rugby League content or Rooters content as well on the vlog, because we've got such a backlog of editing that we need to do. We're trying to get through all of that editing as fast as we possibly can, knowing that Rob any moment is about to like vanish for 2 weeks, or at least 2 weeks, and then it'll all be obviously left to me. So we're just trying to do as much as we possibly can, as fast as we possibly can, and that's why the vlogs ended up kind of. People don't want. You don't want to keep seeing us, do you? Like just sat. Oh yeah, we're editing again today. Like it's getting a bit boring. And we've done over 200 episodes now. Like well over 200 vlog episodes all in 1 year. So we're just trying to mix it up a little bit and share some content, because we've got to get through to the end of the year and then the vlog is going. And I've said loads of times, like, the vlog's going nowhere, blah blah blah. I meant for the year. Like year 2, we've got other big plans. Do I share them right now? Have we already said? Yeah, it's going to be podcasting. So you know how we've gone all in on the vlog this year? Year 2's plan is going all in on podcasting. And yeah, we've got some really cool collaborators, places to record and all sorts of stuff. There's some really good stuff happening. It'll all knit together lovely. Yeah, you're booked on AJ, of course you are, pal. Sorry if I miss any of your questions. I'm currently getting YouTube started again, stay tuned for that. Tell us what you're going to be doing. What you're doing on YouTube. Ooh. Are you going to do daily vlogs for a year? Don't. It's hard, like proper hard. I say that. It's probably not been as difficult as people might think it is. It's more once you've decided you're doing it, just doing it. I'll always send you guys clips of anything from events we both go to. Always happy to help. Oh, Noreen's here. See, this is what happens when I go live. I just attract like famous, cool people, don't I? Once had, you know, Andy from CBeebies, like Andy's dinosaur. Whoa, what's it called now? His Wild Adventures and all that lot. There's the aquatics one, there's the dinosaurs one. Yeah, Andy came into one of my lives once, that was pretty cool. But, I mean, not as cool as Noreen, is it? You know, someone said to me the other day, they were like, and this, I'd find this, like, hilarious, but we were in football stadium and someone said something like, can you imagine that there's people in here that see you and they're like, that's David who does the vlogging and stuff like that. And I thought, that's actually funny, because sometimes people will message and say, I saw you today. And it's like, it's really weird. Obviously I'm not famous, but it's one of them things where, because we do a lot within the small community of Doncaster, I mean relatively small compared to the world, you do end up like knowing a lot of different people and stuff, which is quite funny. Love a good podcast, you know, like my own, shameless plug. Hey, plug in. So the D Plus Club, who's commenting, it's AJ. And D plus doesn't stand for what you might think it might stand for if you're that way inclined, you and your minds. It's in the mind of the reader, not the person playing it. It's Disney Plus. Like AJ talks about all the stuff Disney Plus. He's been to Disney, like how many times you been? 17 times. I mean, it's supposed to be once in a lifetime, like going to Disneyland and stuff, innit? And you've done it like 17 times. Yeah, if you like all the stuff on Disney Plus and that. Do you know what? Disney Plus has got some banging stuff on lately, hasn't it? I keep seeing little adverts for it and stuff. I can't think of what I've seen, but me and Donetta are into, like, we watch a lot of detective type stuff, or, you know, like crime sort of stuff. And I've seen some of that BBC crime drama type stuff, maybe like an American version of it, like being on Disney Plus now. And has Beckham got something coming on soon? Maybe I should just watch your podcast and find out. How do you remember that? I don't know. I don't know what I used to be really good at remembering lots of stuff, and then I got into this whole like productivity and using apps and all this type of stuff, and I thought, oh, my brain isn't for remembering stuff, it's for having ideas. Like software and tools that I use are for remembering stuff. So I haven't written it down, but now and again I just remember stuff. But I'm getting worse at remembering stuff because I rely so much on my processors. So like when I'm in a meeting and stuff, I'll probably hardly remember what people have said, but I've written all the important points down. So I will remember, but kind of like remember through an app rather than remembering what was said. And as well, I always think, we talk every single day on camera. Me and Rob talk every single day to each other as well as on camera. Then we talk to loads of people across the course of a week. It's almost impossible to start remembering every conversation you've ever had. Especially when it's about work. Loving life in DN in the house. Whoop whoop. Visit Doncaster. You've joined me because I can't be bothered to vlog today because all I'm doing is editing. And so I thought I'd go live for maybe half an hour or so and see what's up in Instagram world, because I neglect Instagram loads now and I really shouldn't. So yeah, so's about that. What else you saying? Noreen, when you need to tell, oh, this is business by the way, so everyone else just chill out a minute. But Noreen, talk to me about the podcasting suite at the college. We need to get in and have a little go, don't we? What's Visit Doncaster up to lately? Banging out more good content about the Rugby League World Cup. By the way, right, I hope Freddie comes in. I've been posting loads of stuff about Rugby League World Cup and that, and I tag like Freddie Tulagi and loads of stuff. He's a really cool geezer, and don't follow me back. And I'm like, oh, okay then. Donetta posts one photo, he follows her back. So yeah, I'm going to DM him, call out Freddie. I probably shouldn't because he's literally the best mates with a Samoan rugby team, but look, so am I. I'm a Samoa fan. And I bring it up because he ain't just Freddie, that's just a funny example, but somewhere else as well. I think it's the official Samoan Facebook page. I've tagged them in 1 million posts, and I think I've had a few likes and stuff, but never a comment. Donetta posts, oh, Blake looks cool in her outfit, or I'm glad you had a good time, Blake, or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what's happening. I just basically need to get Donetta to just post everything. I'm trying to come up with a way to get Donetta to work with me. I nearly said 4. That won't go down well, would it? We need more Donetta within the company. I think the agency co needs to branch out a bit internally to bring in more family members. Well, but Donetta, really, because she's like good on YouTube and stuff. That was delicious. Sorry for eating, but listen, you tuned in watching me. Who's the weird one? Somebody once told me that smart water, like they put stuff in it and it makes it like messes about with you or whatever. It's not actually good for you. It's fucking water. Like, what are they on about? It's not good for you. Has anyone else heard that? Weird, innit? Each week I cover the news and what's coming soon. You should check it out. But yeah, Beckham has a new show coming soon. I'll watch anything David Beckham does because he's a legend. Maybe you should consult a social media agency. We are one, aren't we? Are we the best one? Who knows? It's up for debate. What other video agencies do you know in Doncaster, by the way? We talk about this all the time. I'm not sure. Here's another one. I talk about this a lot. Can we give up the vlog? Because I'm thinking, I've even just said, like, the vlog's going. Once we've done the full year, that was the challenge. Let's record every single day for a full year. Completed it, mate, almost. Year 2, I want to go heavy on podcasting. But we're going to have to continue to vlog as well. It's probably not going to be daily, but we have to continue to vlog. Because I think now, the amount of people that mention the vlog is like ridiculous. And I just don't think, it's like our USP, innit? Unique, yeah, whatever that, yeah. It's that. Our unique selling point. Shut it down. Not a posh building, I'm servicing some process cooling equipment. I can see the stadium lights in my wing mirror. Oh, nice one, that sounds really exciting. You wouldn't be able to leave the vlog though, would you? You'll miss it too much. Yeah. So the plan would be, I'd still vlog most days because David and the Net is making a comeback. So we did have another channel, like we changed it into it used to be David and the Net, so obviously me and my wife. And then it changed to the Shoal family because Donetta were just uploading loads of like family type videos on there. But next year the plan is for, it's already gone back to David and Donetta, and the plan next year is to push that as well. Because I want to do more, I hate the word like influencer. I just think it's just quite a negative connotations around that word now. But I do want to do, obviously that agency code does all the like businesses type stuff and what have you. We get paid to make videos that clients want. But I definitely still, I don't want to give up that whole like David and Donetta or David and Rob, or I mean just David, like going places and being invited to do stuff and do things and creating a vlog while I'm there kind of thing. So I don't really want to give up on that. So David and Donetta is making a comeback next year as well. We're going heavy on podcasting. I think we're in such a good position at the minute as well where I don't think, and people can steal this idea, I always put ideas out online, I don't care who steals it because it's about executing them. I think that a lot of people are going to jump on podcasting next year, a lot of like businesses and stuff like that as well. I think it's grown massively in the last couple of years. I think it's going to continue to do so, and we're in a really good position to like to dominate that area, that scene within Doncaster, Yorkshire, wherever. Because I don't know of any other video agencies around here that like specifically do podcasting as well, in terms of not producing their own podcast, but being able to produce other people's podcasts. And every time we do one, we're getting better and better at it, and we're thinking of newer ideas, and we've dipped our toes in the water, doing a load of the rugby league podcast episodes, and we learned a lot through that. But I really want to go into it. Sorry, the cameras just started flashing and I have no idea why, because it's not time yet and battery's not going. So I think we're in a good position. We've got all the gear and just start banging out podcasts for people. What do you think? But yeah, I will vlog probably forever. It'll probably be a bit more sporadic though. I wish I could just do it every day. I wish that we just had somebody that could follow us around and just like vlog us every single day. That'd be pretty cool. But obviously we'd have to pay Yeah, you have to keep the vlog. It's on brand for you guys, and it's like promotion. Well, that's it. The vlog is literally our only sales strategy, really. Other than going networking. But the sales strategy at the beginning was, what's something that we can do that will just absolutely smash. It started off as me just saying I want to vlog every single day, and then obviously Rob got involved, and then it just become like, oh, hang on a minute, this may as well just be that agency co or like that David and Rob's vlog, and that's how that came about. And then it just started bringing in so much work, and I was like, oh, this is our sales strategy, and we can keep this going every single day. So we don't really do too much else in terms of like proper sales and stuff. You did have a Jordan, yeah, I know, but like I say, we have to pay. I don't want to pay. Podcasting in the last 3 years has grown massively, I think that says. I've seen my own audience grow massively recently. Good. Do you ever get people join in though and go, oh, D+ club, this is what I thought it was going to be? Well, that's good. I'm glad it's going really well for you, pal. And we need more of it, don't we? And that's it as well. I want to bring in other creators and stuff, because what I think, there's a lot of people in Doncaster trying to do good things, like when it comes to like digital media and stuff, or like podcasting or vlogging, and there's a few people that try it and have a go at stuff, but I don't know, we just don't seem to be good at getting behind each other, supporting each other, helping each other, and like really pushing the boundaries on what we can achieve in Doncaster and stuff. And I just think there's a real opportunity there. We're bringing back our podcast, so it'll be called That Podcast, obviously, just like that vlog. And I want to bring people in, I want to talk to people, I want to have guests, I want interesting people, I want people to talk about things that people that have different views to me and Rob. Me and Rob have different views, so that'd be cool. Like, I just think there'd been so many opportunities this year of things where I'm like, oh, if we had like a podcast, like we've got the vlog, like the vlog is its own thing. If we had the podcast as well, I know we did a podcast for a few months, but if we had it were its own beast, the amount of opportunities that could bring in as well, I'm really excited about that. And I also just like the process of setting up for a podcast, recording a podcast, especially one that I control and I own, like say whatever I want on it. It's not like somebody else's, or it's about someone else's topic kind of thing. And even the whole editing process of podcasts, it's time consuming because obviously a lot longer content, but I like the fact that you can have a 30-minute conversation and break that down into about 20-30 different videos for social media, as well as the long form content. I just love the whole thing about podcasts. I've been going on about podcasts now for about years, like lots of years, and I'm just really glad that now I'm like, oh, I see how that can add to our business as well. What else we got? I know everyone in the community knows what D+ means. I bet they do. How often would the podcast be? Weekly. Like I say, we've got to go all in. I'd love to do daily, but like, can you do a daily podcast unless you're Joe Rogan? I mean, we have got a business to run as well, but I think without biting off more than we can chew, but really pushing ourselves to, you know, when I say I'm going all in podcast, I don't want to go, oh yeah, we're going all in and we're going to create one a month. I mean, 12 podcasts, fuck off. No point doing it. So I think weekly, we've got to go in on it. But the only struggle we've got right now, this is exclusive for you lot listening and you lot watching the vlog, is obviously the baby Campbell's on their way. We don't know if it's boy or girl, so that's why I'm like they. I try not to call babies it, because that's a little bit weird. But yeah, the baby's on their way, and we don't know what impact that's going to have just yet, other than obviously Rob's going to have a little bit of time off and stuff, but that time off comes towards the end of this year. We're getting towards the end of this year, and ideally the idea is we go in January like we did with the vlog, bang, Monday 3rd of January I think it was, straight off the bat we're in every single weekday, and the vlog. I think we do the same with the podcast as well. It's got to be out every week. But for it to do that, I don't want to get to a Thursday and go, shit, we haven't got a podcast ready to go for Friday or whatever day we decide. We need to start planning now, and we really need to start recording like end of November and throughout December. And we've got to think about the conversations we're having, because when it launches in January, obviously we don't want to be having, or do we launch before and have like Christmas special? Because I want to have specials as well, so I want to like a Valentine's episode, Easter episode, obviously like summer episode, Christmas episode, all that Halloween episode, those types of things. Halloween, I've had an idea of a Halloween podcast episode for years, and I've never played it out. Next year I'm 100% played it out. It's at the forefront of my mind right now as well, because it's a Halloween podcast. I know where I want to film it. I know how I want to film it. I know the extra bits that I want to be in it, and like telling ghost stories and stuff like this. I like it all. Donetta's Life's joined. You've missed the fact that I've been telling people I want to bring you in to that agency code more, because we could do it an extra pair of hands and I probably don't have to pay you. So that's about it. Blokes, how are you? Cheers, mate. Things are good. Things are doing all right. Weekly's a good shout. Easy to keep up with a planned content for. It is, apart from the... It's good that there's me and Rob, so there'll always be like two people. And then we've also got Donetta. Donetta won't mind jumping in. And I'd like to have like, you know, certain people that are like loosely called co-hosts. But like, if we do one a week, that's like 52 episodes, and they probably do appear on maybe like 10 to 15 episodes, so they keep coming back in. So people like our good friend Kurt's probably going to be on a couple of episodes, and we're probably going to have just a few people that can just drop in, drop out. We can have up to like 4 people. I wouldn't want it to be any more than 4 usually. One, because the equipment, we could probably do 6 total with the equipment that we've got, but it just becomes a little bit trickier. But I just think 4 is a good dynamic for a podcast as well, so even like 2 to 4 people. But yeah, the problem with the planning had come in to do it every week is getting the guests in, because you know what it's like. We're like, oh right, we're going to have you on, AJ, like when can you be free? And you're like, oh, not this week or next week, well maybe a week after, and then something comes up that week and we have to knock it on a week. It's so it's more that stuff. In fact, it'd be helpful if anyone free of charge wants to become like a planner. That'd be good. Like, just tell me where I'm talking and when. But obviously I'm gonna have to do all the planning as well as running an actual business that creates videos for people. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. It'll be interesting to see what topics you cover in the podcast. I know, see, I don't mind talking about controversial stuff, but I've got half my brain, this is me thinking out loud, so bear with. Half of me is like, I want to be able to talk about anything, and the other half of me is like, but I can't talk about anything because we have contracts with certain clients. We have, we are actively running a business that needs people to work with us and stuff. So like, I'm not really asked about offending people or having a different opinion to other people, but at the same time there might be some people that we work with where I do have to kind of watch what I say to a certain extent. Not that people would ever put words into my mouth, but they'd maybe say, probably just don't use that word because we're seen as working with you, and if you're maybe too controversial, too over the top, it just puts that relationship, it messes that up a little bit. Rob, I'm just giving away all our secrets, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't be bothered to vlog me just editing all day again. So the vlog's over there, and I'm vlogging, going live on Instagram. That's going to be the vlog tomorrow. You can't have opinions. See, this is where I'm like, because I've got Rob to think about as well. Let's see what he thinks. So Rob, I'm basically talking about the podcast. Oh, Rob wants to be in it. Right, this should be fun. Let's ask him live what the crack is. Right, view request, go live with Rob. I don't know what the sound's going to be like. Is it going live, Rob? Oh, there you are. Talk.
Yeah, we've got some more hats.
Samoa. They'll be able to see you on vlog because you're going to be here on screen.
Ah, nice.
Hello, Rob.
I've got 2 minutes. I've got about 2 minutes. I'm in the shop car park.
Okay, so the question is, what was the question? Oh, the question is, how controversial can we be on the podcast next year without it affecting our business?
I'd say like 75%. Topics. But yeah, no, I think you can't be too, like Donetta says, you can't be too controversial. I
Yeah.
presume you mean as in you generally just can't be, because your opinion is your opinion. But at the same time, some people have opinions that most people don't agree with, and particularly some nameable historical figures had very strong opinions about certain things, but most people don't agree.
See, already though, I know what you're referring to, and that is fire content. And also, when you said we could be 75% controversial, my mind straight away goes, oh, I wonder what he's put in the 25% category.
Well, I don't know.
We know.
What other things for Instagram Live? Like, if you said, for example, like, if you pull out like Hitler out the bag, right? I know this is not where you saw this conversation going, but there'll be some people that still believe in Nazism and think it's great, and the majority of people don't.
I mean,
Okay?
yeah.
Which as our point of view, yeah, don't believe in that because it's not cool. Like, but there is some people that think
It's not cool.
So, is that too controversial? Yes. Because I don't think I want to be hosting a conversation between a Nazi, effectively, and
You think-
non-Nazi. It'd be an interesting conversation.
Do you think there's still people that are like that here? Are they not all like
100%.
what in
100%.
England?
Yeah, I'd say it's from Doncaster.
What?
Well, you might be watching. There's 5 people watching. It could be one of you.
Mr. Nutter.
So, yeah. but yeah, no, I don't know. I think if it's a balanced, controversial conversation, so you had someone on each side of the fence that were both open, rather than trying to throw it down your throat. So if you had a whole panel all discussing the same topic with the same belief, I don't think it's a fair conversation, and not necessarily a rounded conversation, so you wouldn't necessarily get the best outcome. You'll get a one-sided outcome.
Okay.
But I think
Yeah.
I think someone from each party, as long as there were people that were open to the other person's point of view,
Yeah.
and you had an open conversation, I think you'd probably get some really, really good content out of it.
Yeah.
But I think what you see nowadays is a lot of people this is what I think, and it's not okay for anyone else to think this, so it's just an argument, and that's what people like to watch.
That's controversial in itself. I'm so glad I'm recording this.
Yeah, I don't think that's good for us as a brand, because obviously we also want to carry on making videos with companies and things, and not all companies want to be tied to that, particularly things like the council. But an open conversation like the BBC, well, I say like the BBC.
Bad example. I've got another question. Before you have to go then. So, bear in mind that we couldn't be we couldn't give a platform to certain topics, let's say, is the best way of putting it, because we'd be worried about what that would do for business. And that's not like being worried or scared or, you know, or whatever. That's just, I mean, common sense. We need a business to earn money to put food on table. What if, over the course of year 2, the podcast, if we did talk about such controversial stuff, would be if someone said to you, look, you're guaranteed to earn twice as much as you will earn through that agency code just doing client videos, would you then talk about it? This is why I'm great at podcasts. What a question.
Yeah. It's like a podcast and an Instagram Live. I think I'd go back again. So if it was an open conversation, so like a big controversial topic at the minute is obviously genders.
Yeah.
Like male, female, etc. There's loads.
So what's your opinion on that then?
Well, we'll save that for a podcast. Like if you had someone from the community that says yes, like this is what this is, and you can explain it, give it an answer, and answer the questions that someone else might have, and then vice versa. I think you've got a healthy conversation. So I think if you have a healthy conversation, yeah, like if you earn double the money from it, I think it would be cool. But if it was like, oh yeah, you can earn double the money and just side with like the most controversial thing every time, it's not necessarily something that I agree with.
Yeah.
I might agree with elements, like, but I'll wholeheartedly agree. If it was in it just for money, then I'd no. But a healthy, open conversation, yeah. I'd be on board.
So all we need now is to find somebody that will guarantee to pay us more than what we could earn. But then again, I don't really know how much that'd be. That'd have to be a lot of money. Be interesting though, wouldn't it? Even this conversation about having conversations, I find quite interesting.
Even this can be controversial.
Yeah,
I'm just going to answer Jordan, if he's still watching. He put a question saying, what do you think about Arsenal being at the top? I've screenshotted it because it's going to go away in a week or two. So, I'll make the most of it. But right, I best go anyway because Jodie will tune in and wonder why I've not got back home with some bread because they were both sat at home waiting for me to bring them lunch. So,
Alright, cool. I don't know how you end this, so...
I think I just leave, but I don't know how. I think it's this cross. So if I just up here, then bye everyone. Hope you enjoyed that 5 minutes instead of 2.
Yeah,
Every time.
good content for a vlog.
Lovely stuff. Right, hopefully I'm leaving now.
Alright, see ya. So there you go. See, this is why I just think a podcast next year is... I mean, there's lots of reasons. But a big reason is me and Rob can have very, very interesting conversation. I mean, not all the time. We spend too much time together to have every conversation be interesting. But like I sit here, he sits over there, and we chat about stuff a lot. I'm really worried, by the way, that the whole first half of this, the vlog camera light just cut off. Said something about file corruption, so I don't know what I've done there. But at least I'll have this live to post, I hope. And I'm also screen recording. I hope it's got the audio. If not, I'm in big trouble. I probably am going to have to record another vlog. But sorry, yeah. Right, bang some like questions and stuff. You lot that are in here right now, everybody just ask some questions and I'll keep talking as long as the questions are coming in. I'm just going to go back to up here. Some caps. Hey Rob, what do you think about Arsenal being at the top? Jordan, don't talk about football on here when we're not very good. You can't have opinions anymore. You can, it's just people don't like it. It'd be interesting to see what, or more accurately, you can have opinions as long as they're the same as my opinions. Not me personally, but that's kind of how it feels, it is nowadays. A wild Rob makes an appearance in the chat. I know. You should see him with a hat on, he looks even more wild. You can't have opinions anymore, blah, 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 some caps. You can't be too controversial. No, I mean, again, people that know me, like personally, know I will say what I think when I think it. But I'm also not an idiot. Like, you also have a business to run, and I think it's just a smart play. It's all right. I already push boundaries quite a lot, and I've had conversations with people, even clients, that have been like, "Oh, could you maybe do less of that, or be this or be that," or like just pointed out a few little things on how they see things from their side and we're seen as collaborating and all the rest of it. And I think that's healthy, that's fine, and I'll always continue to push as far as I can because I just want to be who I am and put stuff out there how I am. And I think people that know me in real life know I will just say like what I think and stuff, but there's always a reason behind it. Like, I wouldn't just start spouting off nonsense for views or anything like that. But I also think that you do have to be smart when you're running a business. You can't just, I mean, if I were already like a millionaire or whatever, then yeah, of course I'd probably feel more power to like say exactly just what I wanted when I wanted, in the right context. Like, again, I don't believe in these people that just like create a YouTube channel or whatever and just spout nonsense and controversial stuff just for the sake of it. How Rob were explaining there is you want an open conversation, good dialogue, and politics is obviously a great example because there is clearly two, I mean, I know there's more than two, but there's like two main sides and they tend to have polar opposite views usually, so it's a good example. But you want that to be an open conversation about, well, what things can we find that you maybe do agree on, and the things that you don't agree on, why don't you agree on them, what's your, what angle are you coming at this at? And I just think those conversations really, really interesting. I won't just set up a YouTube channel, podcast and start going, oh, by the way, all Tories are wankers and blah blah blah, even if that's what you may think. You want to have a conversation about it, not just be controversial. But like I'm saying, I think you've got to be smart as well. When you're running a business, you've got to put food on the table. You have also got to be considerate of how is this going to affect my business. And me and Rob as well, I can't just go spouting my mouth off about something that maybe Rob doesn't even agree with. And then like we lose a contract or a client or whatever, and he's like, oh, cheers. Like, we just lost few thousand quid there or whatever it is because you can't keep mouth shut online. So you just got to be smarter about it. And I think bringing the podcast gives you the correct parameters and platform to have conversations that you wouldn't just do a one-off Instagram video about, but now you're doing a podcast. It is about conversation. So opening up these conversations, I think, is a really, really good idea. And I love talking, as you can see. Right, I'll get through some questions. I did explain earlier that I'll be eating my dinner through this, so no one is allowed an opinion anymore, are they, Donetta? No, drives me mad. You talk and I'll just be you. Me too. The thing with controversial content is that the right topic can create a healthy discussion. It can. However, the wrong content can be devastating for a business. It can. But I think as long as you always say what you believe and you can back up why you believe it, and you're always open for change. Like, I remember I did a podcast with my pal Majid Khan. He was the civic mayor of Doncaster at the time, and he is part of the Labour Party. We had a conversation, and I remember saying to him, look, I'm more open for having my mind changed. I openly admitted that I did not vote politically. I mean, that might cause some controversy right now. Oh no, my God, he don't vote. Oh, you're not allowed an opinion, blah, 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 and all the rest of it. But we had a conversation about I didn't vote. I then said why I didn't vote, and then my mind is always open for the possibility that I don't know everything. So if I have a conversation like that and he explains something else to me and I'm like, actually, I've changed my stance on this because now I have more information to do so. So it's like driving, isn't it? If you can only see 2 streets in front of you, and you're going to pick between the other streets. So if all of a sudden there's like 5 more streets but you just didn't know about them or see them, then you just don't know, do you? So you're never going to go down it. So I'm always open to having people show me new routes and teach me new things, and then I'll decide, based on the information, the updated information I've got now, here's my new opinion. I think that's just what you're supposed to do, isn't it? You're supposed to grow and what have you. I'd love to do some commentary on YouTube. I know, but we'd have to talk about mad stuff, especially as like a couple. Well, that's Donetta asking. I think as a husband and wife doing like commentary type videos, I think you have to talk about stuff that I definitely don't want to talk about to like bang on YouTube. But I don't know, what would people want to hear me and Donetta talk about? That's a good thing to ask. Bye Rob, success. I'd love to listen to random stuff you two talk about. It is without doubt the best content is the stuff me and Rob talk about off camera. 100%. And a lot of the stuff that I take out of the vlog as well, like because the camera has been on and we've made jokes, or we've had a conversation and forgot the camera was on. Luckily we do all the editing, and then the stuff that we take out it's probably the stuff that would get way more views and stuff, but you know, we've got to be sensible, haven't we? People coming in and out. How quick after Trust leaving did you record the recruitment video? 10 minutes. So Donetta and Jody both text me and Rob saying get BBC on at almost the same time, and the news was just breaking that obviously Liz Truss had packed in and what have you. In fact, I think she was actually making the announcement just as we turned the TV on, and as soon as she was like, I'm leaving, turned around and walked off, Rob straight away were like, I've got an idea, and we jumped on and made a couple of videos, and that's how that happened. Also, Mum thought that video was brilliant. Good. I'm glad. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be and why? I'd probably be... Is it a dragon fruit? That one that comes in that like white netting and stuff and just looks completely different to every other fruit. Would I be that? I don't know. I'd be something that like stands out, or something that's a bit more rare. I'd probably be that. Or would I just be an apple? Nah, apple's a bit boring, isn't it? Oh yeah, probably a dragon fruit. No idea why. Fucking stupid question. Yeah, so that's I don't know whether this has just stopped scrolling now, but yeah, tell me before I go, what would you like me and Donetta to talk about? What would you like me and Rob to talk about? What sort of like podcasty type content or clips from podcasts would you like to listen to? What topics? Go, tell me, just write something. There's a few of you watching now, so just write whatever springs to mind. I'm actually now, my mind's just gone to focusing on, is that first half of the vlog of this live recorded or not? Because if not, this is going to be mad. I'm going to have to record another clip explaining that it weren't, because this is tomorrow's vlog. You're going to be on screen, by the way, on the vlog, so you got to go and watch the vlog on that David and Rob vlogs on YouTube. Oh my neck, I've done a lot of talking. I'm supposed to be here 5 minutes. Conspiracy theories you each believe in and why. See, I like that. I like conspiracy theories. So I did an episode as well on my old podcast, that David podcast, a couple of years back, and it were around COVID, like at the time when COVID were happening and stuff. And I was basically commenting on what conspiracy theories we'd found. And yeah, you know, like 5G, like 5G's causing COVID and stuff like that. I'm not saying I believe that. Is the Earth flat? Yeah, I could see where that'd go. Although it'd end up just talking about stuff that we thought were conspiracy, and then it's coming out true. You know, like government being dodgy and that. Like, I mean, it's playing out in front of us. It's pretty plain to see. It's not really conspiracy anymore. But yeah, just other conspiracy theories. Like, there's loads out there, isn't there? Are aliens real? Has Area 51 really got aliens in it and stuff like that? I'm up for that, definite. Future plans, business-wise. I think if you go back and watch the start, I've laid out all of our plan. Our planning has gone as far as the vlog will end, or the daily vlog will end at the end of this year when we've done the full year that we said we were going to do, and then next year a podcast every single week talking about whatever we want to talk about, with different people and guests and stuff like that. That's as far as we've planned. The rest is almost taking care of itself. I mean, word of mouth, Jesus Christ, is brilliant, because we'll go on a shoot and then somebody on the shoot will ask us if we can do something for them, and then they'll tell their mates about them, and before we know it, we end up like doing 5 videos to 5 different companies all within one industry off the back of one. So I kind of like, we're just running with that at the minute business wise. The only thing specifically had been, we're switching the daily vlog up for a weekly podcast next year, but we will still vlog on days where it makes sense, where we're doing stuff interesting. We've done conspiracy theories before. They're a good one. Yeah, we have. We did a little episode on it, didn't we? I can't remember what conspiracy theories we came up with. I remember. Our pigeons robots. So, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? The answer's no, you haven't. Because pigeons are actually CCTV units. So, that's how the government and stuff spy on us. Like, for definite fact. That's what could be taken out of context. Just me saying that and then following it up with, for definite fact. You clip that bit and everyone thinks that I believe that pigeons are CCTV. They're not. Because I seen one fly straight into the conservatory of a week. Bang. It definitely was a CCTV unit. Yeah. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, we need stuff to talk about. Yes, we do, you're right. How to start a podcast and keep your co-host. Yeah, that's funny. Tell people, Jordan, that's funny. Jordan started his podcast back up with Patrick, and the big comeback happened, and then it's been a few weeks and nothing else has happened. We're going to have to get you in, Jord. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Why Jordan left that agency co, or no, a juicier title than that. Why Jordan's hatred of Rob forced him to leave that agency co. None of this is true. None of it. But it sounds good, doesn't it? You'd listen to that, you'd watch it. I'd like you guys to share opinions on tech. You know, as someone in tech, what tech you use and why. Do we rely too much on tech and so on? So that's, you're probably referring a little bit there, whether consciously or subconsciously, to me saying earlier about how I'm rubbish at remembering stuff now because I make my tech remember it for me. Do we rely too much on tech? I don't know. I think that's the point of tech, innit? Hang on, I'm just going to stop and start this camera one more time because it's flashing at me again. I'm in a room on my own and I've spoke for ages. Do we rely too much on tech? I don't know. Possibly. I suppose it depends how you act when tech goes away. Like if you ain't got your phone and you just completely, your brain just melts, then yeah, you rely too much on tech. But if you're still like I could put my phone down and not look at it for hours. In fact, I could, if it weren't like to do with work or business or like that, if someone like, oh, here's a challenge and we'll give you a week's wage that you'll lose, you're not allowed to use any tech for a week, I'd be like, alright, sound. Like I'd be able to do it for a week or whatever, but we do have it. So it's like, do we rely too much on cars and stuff and for longevity? It's like, well, but we do have them, so use them. Do we rely too much on our calculator, which means we're not as good at maths anymore? Yeah, but we've all got a calculator on our phone, so we have got it. So I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. It's difficult as well because a lot of my friends and family are a bit more like, they're not like us, if you know what I mean, where we're mad into tech. Like we use tech almost all day, every day and stuff. We use all the social media apps and all the rest of it. But almost everybody I know in like in real life, in my friends and family that I've grown up with and stuff, most of them don't. So no, probably not. But yeah, tech, I'm just Apple everything. Apple everything, I love it. Even Apple like products and stuff. Rob will tell you Android and that, but he's talking shite in it because we all know Apple's best. Get an iPhone, grow up like a real person. What else we got here? That's a good one about tech, it is, yeah. Have coffee instead. Yeah, because he's a podcast, he's called Time for a Brew, so Rob said have coffee instead. It's funny sometimes, Rob, isn't it? Started the podcast back up and then I haven't heard from him for 3 weeks and he's now being outed on the vlog. Hey, if you're watching, Patrick, what's gone on? What's happening here? Like, come on. As they said, I'm not giving anything away, you've both got rid of your girlfriends to reunite and bring back the podcast. Hey, is that what me and Rob are doing? Jody and Danette, see you in a bit. We're off to do a podcast next year. You're gone. Yeah, and what's happening, Patrick? Come on, sort it out, pal. A future episode name. Rob got Jordan to edit the winter cookbook, so Jordan left. Oh, now this is live beef right here. Tell him, Rob, say you were going to pay him. He just didn't do it, did he? So you sacked him. Rob showed Jordan Dennis Bergkamp scoring goals. Jordan left. Rob went to Burger King, so Jordan left. Apple is the best. Correct. Android shite. Correct. I have all the right people following me. He has a new girlfriend. Does he? There you go then. There you go. If you've got a pal who only wants to play out when he's single, he's not a very good pal. I mean, we all have lives and we all, like, I don't see my friends as much as you would probably like to see your friends and stuff because you all got lives and families and wives and all the rest of it. But you don't just, like, go off the face of the planet and, like, pack in an entire podcast that you've planned. So, yeah, Patrick, if you're watching, that's bad form, that pal. If this is all true, Jordan could just be lying to get a bit of like sympathy on the Instagram live. He's just trying to stay relevant in it. Apple versus Android episode. It'd take me like 30 seconds, if that. I'd just say, oh Rob, just airdrop me that thing. Oh, you can't, can you? That's it, game over. Airdrop. This is the best. And also, is this controversial? iMessage is better than WhatsApp. I mean, given as well, it didn't for me, but apparently WhatsApp went down across the entire world today. iMessage didn't go down. Can't believe my eyes. Rob, I'm telling you, mate. Listen, we already know Apple's the best as well because guess what Android are doing right now? Or what Google and Pixel are doing? Trying to do what Apple do. Bringing out the watch and the tablet and, oh, look, it'll all sync together and play nicely together. It's like, oh, yeah, cool. Apple already does that. Let's just go and do that. And then Android users will say stuff like, oh, but we've had always on display for years and years and years, and it's like, well, it's shit anyway. No one's bothered about always on. We're bothered about AirDrop. That's what we're bothered about. To be fair, Rob does use a MacBook, so in the office we are kind of appled up. I'll fight in the Apple corner all day long. Me too, mate. And I used to be a proper Android fanboy as well. You know, when I were a child and liked customising my screen, and then I just grew up and started to be productive. We'll come back in 3 months. You're not coming back, Jord. Oh, that'd be good. Listen, will Jordan come back one day? Will Jordan come back one day? I don't know. Because we went from this to this. Will it go back to this? I mean, we haven't thrown this away yet. Didn't land in bin, you're safe. But yeah, no, it'd be great to have Jode come back, wouldn't it, for an episode? That'd be quite cool. Rude, I know, I'm just, I'm doing it for show. I'm an entertainer. I've always said if I could get an Android phone with an iPhone camera, it'd be a win. You just get an iPhone. Right, Rob needs to tell people why he didn't get, he recently upgraded, and the reason that he didn't switch to iPhone is because I think Jody thought he'd just be doing it because I've got one. That's the reason, innit? Let's tell people the truth. Otherwise you'd have been on it. So it's Jody's fault that you're still a loser on Android. Please, you still have them. Of course we still got them. I mean, you just saw me throw one of them away. But it'll be alright, don't worry about it. We've got, this one's safe. They're still propped up over there all the time. In fact, they were used in a video the other week, I think. I reckon it'd be funny to be back on the podcast episode from that. Yeah, it would definitely. But anyway, that camera's about to die. This has been an absolute pleasure. I miss doing this and I definitely need to do more. I did some lives and went on a mad one doing lives a couple of months back, and I was like, oh, I love that, I'm going to keep doing it, and then just didn't keep doing it. But I'll try this time. I've really enjoyed this. I like my setup here as well. So anyway, I'll see you in a bit Instagram. And, oh, the vlog. I need to end the vlog. I'm just going to have to say end the vlog myself. Somebody type end of vlog here quick before the battery runs out. On Instagram, type end of vlog. And then I can go. This is just good for the vlog. Look. I don't care about having a good day, AJ. Just write end of vlog. End of vlog.
I'm gonna party until I drop. When I begin, I don't know how to stop. I can party on till the morning comes, till the sun goes up. We don't stop, no.